What is up, heroes? This is Midnight Zero, and welcome back to the NCPL Season 4. This is week 6? 7? 7. This is week 7. We're going up against Tyren, coach of the Salmon Arm Shuckles. That's what it is. He goes by Grumpy Cyndaquil on Pokemon Showdown. He is recording his matches and will upload them eventually. He's got a pretty good team. If you haven't seen the team builder, please do check that out, especially because we have a new member to the team. We got rid of Typhlosion and picked up Volcarona and made Volcarona our Zmon through a little bit of a loophole of free agency transactions and such, but regardless, he's got a threatening team. And there's a lot of thought that went into this. I'm still not 100% on this team. It's a little bit of an out there team, but let's see if we can make it work. I'm going to send a challenge his way, and we'll see if he's ready to go. He's relatively new to competitive. He's pretty solid player though. I'd say he plays really well, like 80-85% of the time. He brings some really heat sets, some really creative team building that make anticipating his play really difficult. So I'm going to generally try and play it safe. Volcarona is probably the #1 win condition here, followed behind by Scarf Chomp or maybe Shaman. Porygon 2 can put in a lot of work though. I'm really hoping we get to reverse trap the Dougie. I think that would be really fun. But regardless, he should have the, what's it called? The challenge. So now we just wait. I guess while waiting, I can run through the team really quickly with you guys. So we got Porygon 2, mostly Spadef. That wasn't a very long wait. Alright, so here's what's cool. He's got 3 Regenerator Mons that I can all trace the Regenerator with Porygon 2 and take advantage of. He's got Beast Boost I can take advantage of. He's got Arena Trap I can take advantage of. He's got Mismagius, which is a little surprising. He's got quite the Regenerator core going on. It seems like he's got probably a Volt Turn core with Zerk and Torn maybe? Maybe Scarf Zerk? I'm not 100% sure, but I'm gonna ask him if he's cool with linking the battle. Yeah, the music, by the way, is Piccolo's theme from Dragon Ball FighterZ. Yes, riding that hype wave. Now, Volcarona puts in a ridiculous amount of work. There's no doubt about it. And so does Shaman. What do we want to lead with? One of the things is Xurkitree is super scary. I'm anticipating potential Z-Hypnosis Xurkitree. I kind of want to lead with Gliscor, because it gets up rocks against a lot of things. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to want to do. Lead off with Gliscor. If he doesn't lead with a knockoff Mon, maneuvering in the hype. Let's see what he brings. I don't necessarily want to lead with Toxapex. What does he lead with? Amoonguss maybe? Get off a free Spore? I'm nervous. It's been a while. Last week didn't end up doing a battle, so it's been a bit. It seems everyone else is pretty excited for it too. But yeah, Volcarona is definitely the win con here. He's got nice general speed with Torn, so I don't know if he's running a Scarfer, unless maybe Scarf Dougie. Leads off with Torn T. Now the first thing I'm going to want to do is definitely Protect, because I want my Toxicorb as he probably knocks off. Cool. So now that I have my Toxicorb activated, I don't need my item at all. So I can either get up my Rocks or Toxic. I'm going to get up my Rocks. That's a good call on his part. That's a good call. So now he can probably knock off pretty freely, which is actually really annoying. But I'm just going to go into Toxapex. I can probably just go Toxapex. Yeah, which is fine. As he U-turns. Oh, please go into Dugtrio. Please go into Dugtrio. He's so going to go into Dugtrio. For those that don't know, I have a Shed Shell, which means I'm not trapped by enemies that have like abilities like Arena Trap or Magnet Pull or something like that. Please go Dugtrio. I want that gone ASAP. He didn't even knock off my my shed shell. That would have been somewhat problematic. So, is he like considering maybe Xurkitree or maybe Dugtrio? I'm surprised it's not just like an instant Dugtrio. He goes Xurkitree. Interesting. That's interesting. So I live any one hit. I don't take it super well, don't get me wrong, but he might go for Z Hypnosis here. He might go for Thunderbolt. I kind of want to go hard Garchomp. He does like to set up, in my opinion, a little bit prematurely with Xurkitree, so if I anticipate Z Hypnosis, I have Shaman, which has Natural Cure, and I have my Garchomp that has Sleep Talk. That could be relevant. The question is, does he HP Ice here? Does he HP Ice here? I don't know, I don't think so. Alright, so what's the play here? I think my play is to go hard Garchomp. Please don't HP Ice. As he Tail Glows. Okay, nice, nice, nice. So, again, pretty typical in my opinion. Premature setup. At least I know he is Tail Glow now. I think he goes Slowbro here. The thing is, I can't afford... He's got to switch here, right? He's got to go into Slowbro. I can't afford to let him stay in, though. He might be like Shuka Berry. He could be Shuka. Maybe that's why he's setting up this early? That's possible. But yeah, I feel like he's just gonna go Slowbro here. Or Shaman, or not Shaman, or Amoonguss. But either way, my switch is Shaman. But like, yeah. Honestly, I can't afford to not go for Earthquake here. As he goes Torn T. Cool. That's fine. This thing might be running U-Turn, it might be running HP Ice. Might be running Hurricane. He's got HP Ice, that's actually somewhat problematic. I kind of want to go Shaman, because I don't want my Shed Shell removed. I'm really shocked he didn't go into Dugtrio on the easy Toxapex. Knock off, Taunt, U-Turn. He's got to have a Flying type move for his last move, right? I think I'm going to go Gliscor here. As he goes for knockoff, which is fine. He's pretty much got a taunt here, right? Or I'd imagine that's his play. That's fine. I'll get recovery if he goes for taunt again, so that's fine by me. He can U-turn again if he'd like to. I'll go back into Toxapex. Hopefully he doesn't knock. Alright, now go into Dugtrio, please. This all seems oddly familiar. I want to get my hazards. I want to get my rocks ASAP. Hopefully he goes Dugtrio this time. I don't know why he didn't go the first time. Man, this Torn is annoying. Getting rocks up would be really neat. I get rocks up on Amoonguss. Maybe Miss Magus as well. Is he gonna go Zerk again? I'm surprised it's such like a tough decision for him. I thought it would just be... He goes Zerk again! Stop going into this thing! Does he have Hidden Power Ice? I'm tempted to just Toxic here. But the thing is, does he have Hypnosis? Does he have Z Hypnosis? I think I might play as Gliscor. I'm gonna go Gliscor here. I don't think he HP Ices. And I outspeed him and can go for Earthquake. Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam, I'm surprised. But he definitely anticipated the Garchomp there. So now I can get up my rocks. Or I can Toxic. I think I'm going to Toxic first, because he's probably just going to go... If I go for Rocks, he's probably switching into Tornadus T here. And if he switches into Tornadus T, I go for Rocks. Actually, it probably doesn't matter. His last move might be Defog. The question is also, do I want to risk him having Hidden Power Ice? Because he could just be Tail Glow, Dazzling Gleam, HP Ice, and like T-Bolt. There's no way he's not running an Electric Stab move. Thing is, if I go for Stealth Rock, I pressure him to go for Defog. I like that more, actually. Yeah, so if he does have Defog, we at least find out. Which could be really helpful, because that means my Volcarona puts in a lot of work. Now, he can Taunt and then Defog if he'd like to. That'll let us get back to 100% HP. He might Defog right away, in which case we can get a Toxic off, please. Yes, and we do get the Toxic off. So, that's great for us. He can Taunt again if he'd like. He can Taunt again if he'd like. So we know his moveset, and that's really what I wanted. That's really what I wanted to figure out with that Defog. Because I figured the rocks would be taken away regardless, but we at least get that little extra bit of information. So this thing doesn't even really threaten Volcarona. It's just there to prevent Quiver Dances, potentially. Does he go for Taunt here? I think I'm going to try and get up my rocks again. As he taunts, that's fine also, because he's going to take a little bit more damage, and I'm going to heal up a little bit. Now, he doesn't have anything that can actually hurt me. So, I think I'm just going to Earthquake here. I have nothing to fear. Because I'm just gaining HP. And whatever comes in is going to take an Earthquake, and my taunt will likely end after this upcoming turn. So if he U-turns out, whatever he goes into, I can either go for Rocks again or Toxic. But yeah, whatever's coming in is taking Earthquake damage, and potentially gives me Rocks, depending on what it is, or a Toxic. As he goes into Miss Magus, Akko, great name. And my taunt ends. Perfect. Now the question is, does Miss Magus do much to me? Because Gliscor seems to be putting in a lot of work. That's not how you spell Miss Magus. Let's see. Shadow Ball. It's not his Zmon. What are his Zmons again? Is it Hydreigon? Yeah, he didn't bring Hydreigon. And Zerg. So Hex is doing a hefty amount of damage. This thing could also be running Taunt. He could just have a ton of Taunt on his team. What speed does this hit? He could also try and set up a substitute. That's possible. I'm going to try Toxicking it, as he just goes for Shadow Ball. That does 53. We hit our Toxic, which is really nice. He's Life Orb, so that did quite a bit. Life Orb did 53%. Alright, so yeah, he's probably just max special attack, timid. And I know that Tyren generally, what's it called? He generally runs 252, 252 spreads. Doesn't really fine-tune the EVs, so he's probably max speed, max special attack, if I had to guess. We can just pretty safely protect here, which is really nice. This thing is toxic again. He doesn't have something on his team that can use Heal Bell, so he knows I can use Protect here. Protect is definitely just the safest play, though, because I'm going to get 12% back at the end of this turn no matter what. As he goes into Slowbro, which is a good play. He might be Calm Minder Ice Beam, but I take an Ice Beam regardless with Shaman. I just don't want to let him Calm Mind up. I think we go hard Shaman here, scout for the Ice Beam potentially. I mean, we're not going to take it like a champ, but we'll take it. And now we can go for Seed Flare pretty safely. Yeah, let's just click Seed Flare. It's going to do a lot of damage. As he goes into Amoonguss, we hit. Nice. No Spadef drop, unfortunately. But we now can go for Psychic. He can maybe hit us with Sludge Bomb. But there's no way it's going to do more than Mega Slowbro's Ice Beam. Wow, that did 27%. Or, I changed my mind. That did a lot of damage. Why is this Sludge Bomb doing so much? Why is Sludge Bomb doing so much damage? That was a bad play on my part. Because now I just compromised one of my answers to, what's it called? To Circuitry. Wow, so he doesn't even need to necessarily have a lot of special attack investment. But my Psychic only did like 23 damage. So he's got to be max Spadef. How much did it do? 27. Yeah, so that was a low roll. Oh man, this thing is going to be more difficult to deal with than I anticipated. It could be running HP Ice, unfortunately. I don't want to get poisoned. I definitely don't want to get poisoned. I don't have a great way of dealing with this outside of Volcarona. It could be running HP Ice. I think I'm going to go Gliscor here. Yeah, because I don't want to risk anything getting put to sleep by a Spore. Just for foul play. Did he anticipate Garchomp? I'm not sure. If he has HP Ice, how much is it doing to Gliscor? He's probably running Hidden Power Fire, if I had to guess. We live the HP Ice, so I'll get up my rocks here. As he goes into Mega Bro, which is fine. He doesn't typically run Calm Mind. So I think I'm going to Protect here and get a little bit more HP. Or do I just go hard Volcarona? Nah, I don't like that either. I think I'll Protect. I think I'll Protect here. I don't think he sets up. He goes for Scald, which is fine. Does he go for Ice Beam now? I don't want to risk Porygon 2. I don't want to risk it. Let's see here. How much is Ice Beam doing to Gliscor? It's probably knocking out. Yeah. Yeah. Ice Beam, Scald. Yeah, my safe play is Porygon 2. It sucks because I don't want this thing to get weakened, but Psyshock. Alright. Now I think we go for Toxic. Yeah, I think we just go for Toxic here. Or do I go for Thunderbolt? I think he might go into Thunderous T here, so I think Thunderbolt might actually be the better play. I don't think he goes into Xurkitree here. Or Dugtrio for that matter. So he goes in Moongus. We get a Para, which is actually really nice. He probably goes for Sludge Bomb here and just tries to get a KO. We can go into Gliscor here pretty safely. Yeah, and I think we Earthquake. Because of Torn being toxic and Rocks being up, that thing doesn't really get a lot of initiative. Does he stay in with this, or does he go into Torn? He goes into Torn, which is unfortunate. And he's probably just going to defog, so what I can do is just click Stealth Rock here. Yeah. He's going to have to taunt me first. If he wants to defog these away. And in doing so, he's going to take more toxic damage to the point where he's slowly getting whittled away. Okay. So that's a good play on his part. Now, if I go into Volcarona, I'm going to force him to have to taunt again. I'm going to go hard Volcarona here as he defogs. And the thing is, now I can potentially set up, so he's got to taunt again. So now I can go back into Gliscor. And when he taunts me again, or he goes for knockoff. Wow, I'm surprised. Now the thing is, if he wants to keep rocks off the field, he's got to taunt me again. These rocks are going up, Tyren. These rocks are going up. I am shocked he went for knockoff when I could have just Quiver Danced and probably won the game right there. I was expecting potential hard Dugtrio or taunt, but we get up our rocks, which is really nice. Glad to have those up there for the Torn. And now do we go... What does he run? He's running Psyshock, Ice Beam, Scald. Maybe Fire Blast? Or probably Slack Off. So he's probably not set up even. Now we play the game of which move is he going to go for. None of them are doing much to Porygon 2, but Xurkitree is scary. Psyshock isn't doing anywhere near as much to my Toxapex though, because I'm max defense. Oops. So what if he is Psyshock? It's still doing a lot though. Does he go for Psyshock? Does he go for Ice Beam, Scald? I think I'm going to scout with Pex here. As he goes for Ice Beam. Nice. And now what I can actually do is go for Toxic. Because I live a Psyshock for sure, and I want to get a Toxic off on this really badly. Alright, nice. So we live that. And what we can do here is we can recover a little bit. Do I want to click Recover? Or do I want to switch out into Porygon 2 now and get some of my Regenerator back? I think that's the play. I think I'll go... I actually outspeed this Slowbro. I would be at about 70% HP if I were to just use Regenerator. But at least this thing is Toxic, which is really nice. I kind of want to just click Recover for now. I still hope he switches into Dugtrio. I'm surprised he hasn't used that yet. That was a high roll on Psyshock as well. Hopefully he switches here. Hopefully he switches. I can, of course, always heal my Porygon 2 by bringing it in on Amoonguss, and then switching out thanks to Tracing Regenerator. But yeah, I feel like he's gonna switch here. On my anticipated double. Oh. Goes for Psyshock again. I'm surprised. So we'll go into Porygon 2 here. We can't get crit, which is really nice. And what we can do is we can recover up. I want to get nice and healthy. Because then I can keep this around in case he gets to +3 with Zerk. As he goes hard into Xurkitree. So if he wants to go for Z Hypnosis, that's alright. At this point, I'll still go hard Garchomp, because Gliscor seems to be putting in a lot more work than anything else. I feel like he's gonna try and win at this point. So let's hope he goes for Z Hypnosis. After Rocks, Outrage should be a guaranteed KO as well. So if he puts me to sleep, even if he hits the Hypnosis, my Sleep Talk will knock out Xurkitree. I just don't want to risk Porygon 2 getting put to sleep. Alright. He goes for Tail Glow again. I'm surprised. So we'll just Earthquake again? Yeah, we'll just Earthquake again as he goes Mismagius, which again is totally fine because that's gonna get chipped away by Toxic and Stealth Rock. And I don't know if he's gonna go for Shadow Ball or something else, but I can probably go Porygon 2. I should probably check what Mismagius usually runs. Shadow Ball, Dazzling Gleam, etc. Yeah, it seems like Porygon 2 is fine. He might just... He's probably also running Will-O-Wisp. He might be running Wisp. We know he's Life Orb. Yeah, I want to go Porygon 2 here. It'd be unfortunate if we get burnt, but that also means we can't be Toxic, or poisoned by Amoonguss, or put to sleep by Amoonguss, which is really neat. As he goes for Dazzling Gleam. So that's totally fine. Now the question is, he might Taunt, or he might have Hidden Power Fighting. What does Mismagius even get in its move pool? Does it get anything that I should be worried about? Taunt, Will-O-Wisp, Hex, Gleam, Power Gem, Charge Beam, Confuse Ray. Oh, it actually has Heal Bell. That's surprising. Grudge, Magical Leaf, Icy Wind, Inferno, Psychic. It does get Psychic. What would it go for against Porygon 2? What I'm thinking is this could be an opportunity to go into my Toxapex and let that heal up a little bit. Could just recover here. He's not going to go for Shadow Ball. Does he taunt? I'm going to recover. As he goes hard into Xurkitree again. Does he not have Hypnosis? What is going on? I want to know the rest of his set so badly. I think I go Gliscor here, because I don't think he's running HP Ice. He might go for Dazzling Gleam here, anticipating something. Z Hypnosis, he gets +1 speed, but of course it's not going to matter. Of course, if only we went that turn. Only we went that turn. Now, Hidden Power Ice. No, he's got to be running an electric type attack, so we can go for Earthquake here and knock him out. Admittedly, Tyren, you don't know now, but it wouldn't have mattered if you got my Garchomp as well. So, in the moment, it probably feels like you screwed it up with a 50-50 or a prediction or something like that, but in the end, it's not going to actually matter. Because you're 100% in EQ/outrage range. And if you go into Tornadus, I'm just going to spam Stealth Rock, so you have to taunt me, and then Defog, and you're just going to be getting that much closer to dying. Yeah, so we did predict the Z Hypnosis, which is really good, and we practically know his set at this point. He's probably running T-Bolt, Dazzling Gleam, and Tail Glow plus Z Hypnosis. Now I should be wary. That he could also go for Hypnosis again, right? It's not his Z move anymore. He's already used his Z Crystal, but he still could go for Hypnosis later on in the match to potentially try and put one of my checks to Xurkitree to sleep, making it no longer a check. So I should definitely be wary of that. This also means he can't hit Shaman as hard as I anticipated, so if I can heal up with Shaman, that would be wonderful. I can do that when I scare out Slowbro. And Amoonguss comes in. Amoonguss is going to be the real pain to deal with here. Yeah, but admittedly, Amoonguss can't 1v1 my entire team. I could also let him put something else to sleep so that Volcarona can go for Quiver Dance. And I do have the Buggy MZ, which will do quite a bit. But yeah, and if he goes back into Mismagius, that's going to take rocks plus toxic damage, so his answers are just getting whittled away. I'm surprised he hasn't tried to trap anything with Dugtrio yet. I'm being pretty liberal with my use of Toxapex and everything. I wonder what kind of a set he is. Is he Scarf, maybe? I don't know. It's got to be his Rocker, if he brought rocks. Yeah. Later on, I could let my Garchomp go to sleep, too. Because Earthquake, I think, does like 30, 40-ish% to Amoonguss, and that was actually with some defense investment. It probably does like 45 or so if he's max Spadef. Probably can't afford all of that defensive investment. So if he stays in, he's dead. We also know he's not Shuka at this point, so he's definitely going down to an Earthquake. Pretty much anything comes in, except anything other than Amoonguss comes in and takes passive damage that will get it that much closer to just dying in the long run. And if Amoonguss comes in, like, it can't really do much to me. We've already scouted for HP Ice, so it can't even really do much in that sense either. If it does have Spore, we can go into Garchomp and just click Sleep Talk. Or would we go into Toxapex? Not even sure, to be honest. I think what I might actually do is go into Shaman and click Synthesis a few times and use up some of his Sludge Bombs. And the thing is, if we get poisoned, it'll of course do damage, but at the same time we can just heal it off with Natural Cure. So what you gonna do, Tyren? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I can very safely, very safely click Earthquake here. Although I need to be wary of how many Earthquakes I have. Not that I'm really relying on them for anything other than Xurkitree and doing damage to Amoonguss at this point, but What is his play at this point? Honestly, like, Amoonguss is his only good switch-in. Amoonguss is his only good switch-in. Amoonguss is his only good switch-in. And, like, we know he doesn't have Hidden Power Ice, so I'd probably just go into Garchomp. He goes into Torn. Alright, so here's the thing. I'm gonna make you taunt me. Does Taunt go through Protect? Oh, darn, he got the defog play right away. I should have just spammed rocks. Darn it. So now he can taunt me, which is less than ideal, but is still okay, I guess. Yeah, but it's still okay, I guess. Because if he wants to keep him off, he's gotta... He goes into Mega Bro. That's fine. The rocks stay up. He's gonna take some damage. And now I can go into Shaman. He might Ice Beam here, but he's probably gonna slack off. Yeah. Which is fine, because I get a little bit of HP. I scare him out with Seed Flare, and I can go for Synthesis. And get all of my HP back. And then we're back to sitting it nice and healthy. And there's no way he wants to take a Seed Flare. Especially when Toxic. I'm wondering if I even really need Toxapex at this point. It might be my better sleep fodder, now that I think about it. Yeah, I think so, actually. I think it's best as my sleep fodder, especially because that might lure in the Dougie even more. But I think his Ice Beam only did like 40-ish% last time, so we can definitely Synthesis up on it. Let's grab a little bit of water. Man, this battle's stretching on quite a bit. I'm not taking too long, though. I'm normally the one that's calcing super intensely and everything. But at this point, it is kind of... We've got a lot of his main threats toxic. And Zerk is in, Earthquake range, Outrage range, Earthquake from, what's it called? Gliscor. So he goes into this. Cool, so we get a lot of HP back, which is really nice. And he might just defog here if he wants to. That's fine, because... Do I go into Volcarona here now? I'm still afraid of the Doug trio being Scarf Dougie with Stone Edge. So I don't think that's the play just yet. Yeah, I think what I do is I force him to stay in to go for Taunt. Yeah, I'm gonna go into Gliscor now. As he goes for Defog. And now what's cool is, yeah, if he wants these rocks gone, he's gotta stay in to go for Taunt. And I can go for Protect. Because he's gonna stay in to go for Taunt. And that doesn't go through that, so now he's gotta stay in for an extra turn. He's gonna take even more poison damage if he wants to stay in. So I'm gonna go for rocks now. And at the end of this turn, he's gonna be at 7%. Oh, 13% because of all that. And now he's got a U-turn. And now he U-turns, right? So do I just go for Earthquake here again? As he goes into Mismagius probably? Yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't let anything else potentially get knocked off. I do want these rocks back up though. So, as he goes into Doug Trio, interesting. That does not take that well at all. 3 times 6.02 times 10 to the 23rd. Is that Avogadro's number? I don't know why it has 3 next to it, but 3 moles. Oh, that's why. That's why. It's 3 moles. So like Avogadro's number. I'm talking about Dugtrio. I'm gonna let him know. That's really cool, Tyren. That's really cool. I like that nickname a lot. Okay, so he's probably gonna get up his own rocks right now. He's probably just sacking this to get up his own rocks, which I'm okay with. He might Memento. Yeah. So having rocks up on my end is really annoying, but now I just try and get up my own rocks and force him, or put pressure on him to defog them away. So Ice Beam's gonna be doing a lot to me. I'm just gonna protect here because I know he doesn't have the ability to set up. And let him take a little bit of toxic damage. Yeah. You can take a little bit of toxic damage, that's fine by me. I don't want to go into Pex. I think I'm going to go into Shaman here, because I take the Ice Beam pretty well. Do I go into that, or do I go into Porygon 2? I think I go Porygon 2 actually, because then I push him into Amoonguss like he did last time, and then I can go into Gliscor and get up my rocks. Yeah, or I just go Shaman. Oh man. I think I'm gonna go Shaman. I'm gonna go Shaman here. As he goes for Ice Beam, 45. We heal that off, which is really nice. And now we can go for Synthesis again. Get all nice and healthy again. He might bring in Torn. Could just end up going Amoonguss here. He stays in. Just go for Ice Beam again. Interesting. Definitely interesting. He's got to go for Slack Off here. He's got to go for Slack Off here. Actually, I'm going to go for Synthesis again. Just get up nice and healthy. He slacks off. He's going to be taking quite a bit from Toxic, though. And that's going to mean I can probably just go for Psychic here, anticipating the potential Amoonguss coming in. Or do I want to go for Seed Flare? I want to go for Seed Flare. Amoonguss come in. Hopefully we get the Spadef drop. We miss. That's not what I wanted. Alright, we'll just go hard Gliscor here and get up our rocks. But either way, Shaman's back at full health. Here I am hoping for the 40% chance to actually drop his Spadef by 2 stages, and instead what happens? We get the 15% chance to miss. So now we can get up our rocks again. Which means if he's going to want to get rid of them, he's going to have to defog his own away, and then I will play the rest of the game without rocks on my side of the field. I'm really sad that we didn't get to reverse trap the Dugtrio. I'm really sad that we didn't get to do that. I thought that was so cool. We had the Shed Shell on Toxapex and everything. I guess at the very least, though, this does mean that I can go for Protect, first of all. But this does mean that I don't have to worry about Toxapex getting knocked off anymore. So it's a great Torn T switch in now. We take Shadow Ball really well. But honestly, Porygon 2 is probably a better switch in overall. Trace the Levitate. Mystical Fire. Interesting. Interesting indeed. So Mismagius goes down. It's less Mons that can come in and do something to me. What does he go into here? What do you go into here? Torn T is low. It is low. It's going to be at 21% when it comes in. And it's going to have to decide between going for knockoff or defog. Who toxicked that? I'm pretty sure Gliscor. I'm pretty sure Gliscor did. Yeah, and then... Yep. All the toxic Mongs. All the toxic Mongs. But slowly but surely, his team is going down. Slowly but surely. Thank you, Uraraka Otako. The Porygon 2, so clutch this game. What does he go into here? He doesn't have a lot of options. He doesn't have a lot of options. I mean, Amoonguss is going to be taking very little from my Ice Beams, but he goes into this. Now I know I can just go into my Gliscor here. This is like a free Gliscor for me. This is like free Gliscor for me, because I know I take Rocks plus Dazzling Gleam and I knock him out with Earthquake afterwards. And if he tries to go for Hypnosis to try and put my Porygon 2 to sleep, which is probably one of his best, or his like best routes to actually winning, I don't have to worry about Hypnosis hitting either. As he goes for Gleam, that did 40%. Wow, a lot of damage. So now I can again Earthquake. And he lets us knock out the Xurkitree, which is really nice. He goes into Slowbro, which is still toxic. He might just slack off here. I'm going to Protect just to play it safe, get a little bit more HP back. Okay, good play on his part. Either way, it's still toxic, which is fine by me. And now I can go into Shaman. Very safely, he might want to Ice Beam, but again, we can just go into Shaman and we take an Ice Beam like a champ. And how much have his Ice Beams done in the past? His Ice Beam 45, 48.8. I don't really want to risk a roll, so I think I'm just going to Synthesis up here. And there's the crit. That's alright, it's to be expected when you're on the defensive end of things. He needs 2 crits in a row to knock me out though, so I don't think it's likely. He can of course get a freeze, but we also just switch out, and then that works for us. And now I pretty much go for, he might be trying to just stall out my Synthesis. That might be the case. I think I'll go for Seed Flare here. We hit him, nice. So Slowbro goes down, and he's really running out of options. He's got a Regenerator Core, that's pretty cool, but it's not going to be enough. He can go for Knockoff, he can go for U-Turn if he wants to. At this point, I can probably... I mean, no, I just go hard Gliscor. Gliscor is easily my safe bet here. As he U-turns, and that's the end of Torn T, pretty much. Because Rocks are still up. I can go for Earthquake. That does a hefty amount. He's got Synthesis, but we can probably stall him out. We've got a... He has more... Or we have more Earthquakes than Synthesis, but he could also just switch out at any point, really. I think I'm going to go Porygon 2 here. Get that Regenerator. And we can just click Ice Beam. So he goes for Foul Play. I'm gonna start firing off some ice beams. He might try and paralyze us. That only did 28. Wow. And now we can go into Garchomp. I want to show this off actually. Goes for Sludge Bomb. Gets the poison. Which is unfortunate, but I think we can just click Outrage at this point. Let's see here. How much is this doing to Amogus? Yeah, we just click Outrage here. And that knocks him out. And we'll be able to knock out the Torn T, and that is going to be GG. That's going to be GG. We get a nice 6-0. The team worked as planned. I mean, obviously we didn't get to use the Shed Shell, unfortunately, but or the Shed Shell plus Trace Porygon 2, but it worked really well. The coverage on Shaman, Porygon 2 coming in clutch, getting up rocks on Gliscor. Sadly, Volcarona didn't get to do anything. Garchomp didn't get to show off the Sleep Talk, which would have been really cool. I kind of wanted to show that off there at the end. And Pex didn't really do a lot either, but it acted as a pivot, so overall, I think the team worked pretty well. And this is a long match, but it was good. So yeah, next week we go up against Liam. We go up against Liam next, but was your Toxapex Shed Shell or whatever it's called? So yeah, it should be a good match. I hope you guys are looking forward to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know there were some longer moments where we were waiting on some turns to happen, and it wasn't, you know, the most thrilling type of match, but I thought it was a good one nonetheless, and I'll see you guys next week. But until then, this is Moon Knight Zero, and this mission is complete.